Hey, for those of you wondering, hey, wait a minute, what happened to Tales from the Loop? Didn't they just start a new campaign? Well, as we all know, sometimes real life can get in the way of role playing games, and two of our folks couldn't make this week's Tales from the Loop session. So, I opted to throw together a quick Marvel RPG one shot featuring our IROSHAN characters for the folks that couldn't meet this week. Now, you don't need to have watched our Marvel campaign featuring these characters, but if you haven't seen it, give it a whirl. These are characters that we created over 30 years ago that we brought back to the virtual table, and we've had a lot of fun bringing them up to date in the Marvel Universe. The title of the campaign is IROSHAN, Gods and Monsters, and it can be found on the Dreamslayer Studios YouTube channel and the Dreamslayer Studios RPG podcast. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy our Marvel one-shot featuring IROSHAN, investigative researchers of supernatural happenings and nightmares. All right. Well, hi, IROSHAN. Welcome back to the Marvel Universe.
Hello.
In the aftermath of your confrontation with the dark god Amatsu Mikaboshi, the original core team of IROSHAN were brought back together once again. Their interaction with one another strengthened their bond and reminded them of what brought them together in the first place. Not only their closeness as friends, but a deep desire to help out those in need. Years ago, IROSHAN received their funding from a combination of monies and support from the Bonaventura Foundation, SHIELD, and partnerships with both the X-Men and Doctor Strange. As the teens grew into adulthood and spread out across the country, IROSHAN filed for nonprofit status and served the Midwest, protecting the innocent from supernatural threats. Now that the core team is back together, and now with power levels on par with the likes of the Avengers, they're now able to take on conflicts that threaten the world and our dimension at large. With the ability to travel nearly anywhere on Earth instantly, the once localized team is going global. The first step is to set up IROSHAN hubs in major cities across the globe. Poets Strange Academy in Chicago has been integrated into the X-Men's Krakoan Gate Park near Fermilab, and now officially serves as IROSHAN's northern U.S. hub. Dr. Strange, who had placed Poet in charge of the school some time ago, has rechristened the school IROSHAN Academy to honor the team's efforts in saving the waking world from the dark god Mikaboshi. Poet and Shard now train the next generation of supernatural hunters in the beautiful Krakoan Gardens. Although Shard spends much of her time between Chicago and Wonderland, St. Louis is her home. Spartan, who had moved away from the gateway to the west in search of a calling in Vermont that he finally figured out was to protect and acquire the Asgardian Norn Stones, has now returned to St. Louis with his family. So it only makes sense to set up shop in St. Louis as well. And that's where we are at this point. Shard and Spartan have acquired the old security building downtown near the Arch. And progress is being made, and the grand opening is mere days away. Dreamslayer and Dreamslayer, the Highwayman, and Poet have joined their friends to assist in setting up shop. At this point, Shard is off in Wonderland with her family on a separate side mission that she's having to take care of right now, which is why she's not with us tonight. But the building is currently abuzz with activity as technicians from Bonaventura work on computer and security systems, and feng shui artists from the golden city of Kunlun put the finishing touches on the decor. The heroes are setting up offices, a training dojo, and a communications array when one of the contractors approaches Spartan. Hey, Mr. DeWeese, there's a couple of folks outside that are asking if IROSHAN is actually here on site. And we told them that you guys weren't open yet, but they seem to be in a pretty bad way. The younger guy looks like he's pretty tore up.
Yeah, I mean, we should talk to him. I mean, yeah, let him in if they look like they need something. Sure.
All right, yeah, I'll have one of the guys bring him up. And he gets on a walkie-talkie and calls down. And a few minutes later, you see a trio come in that are a family. And the guy, the younger gentleman, is in his early 30s, probably. He's got tattoos up and down both arms, sleeved up and down, shaved head, and a goatee. Looks maybe at first glance a little rough, but his eyes are red and swollen. Looks like he's been crying. The older couple that are with him are in their late 50s, maybe early 60s, and they both seem to be very concerned. And the mother figure has got her arm around the younger guy and is kind of helping him kind of walk in. He doesn't look hurt, but he's certainly emotionally upset.
Hey folks, what's going on? What seems to be the problem? Can I get you something to drink? You want some water? You doing okay?
Yeah. Some water would be great, thanks. Listen, thanks for seeing us, man. Really. We simply didn't know where else to go. I think that we made a huge mistake.
Well, I mean, we'll certainly help if we can. What exactly is going
on? My wife, Anna, and I, we're kind of aficionados of the macabre. We started out in our teens as horror movie buffs, and when we were in college, got into collecting memorabilia of all different sorts of like serial killers, haunted locations, cursed items, stuff like that. It was a hobby, at least when it started out, and it became more and more of an obsession the older we got, and the more the cash flow kind of started coming in after we got married and started our family. She's a teacher. I'm a factory foreman at an auto parts plant here in St. Louis. Anyway, something came up for auction recently that neither of us ever dreamed we'd ever get a shot at. You guys have seen the movie The Exorcist, right?
Yeah.
Were you aware that the story that William Peter Blatty based the book on actually took place here in St. Louis?
I did know that, actually, yeah.
It's a little place called Belnor, to be exact. It's a little suburb out on Roanoke Lane. Anyway, this kid that they based the book and the movie off of, his name was Roland Doe. At least that's what was the name that was given to him. I think it may just be a pseudonym. He was born in 1935 in Maryland, and the kid would spend a bunch of time with his Aunt Harriet, who claimed to be a spiritualist. She introduced him to a Ouija board, and he would play with it from time to time, either with his aunt or by himself. And before they moved to St. Louis, strange things were already starting to happen, and everybody blamed poor old Aunt Harriet. Well, the family came here to separate the boy from his aunt, and thinking that was maybe going to solve the problem, but the weird shit just started getting worse. You could hear these dripping sounds and rapping and scratching sounds at all hours of the day and night, but nobody could tell where it was coming from. Holy relics and photos were broken or shaking on the walls. Furniture was moving about by itself, objects levitating and scratches appearing on Roland's body. and the kid was lashing out both verbally and physically and screaming with a voice and a strength that wasn't his own. The family turned to medical and psychiatric doctors, none of which could find an explanation for his behavior. So they turned to their priest, who was scared near to death once he had an opportunity to witness Roland firsthand. And that's when the exorcisms began. There was a couple of priests from U of M that came to the house and, through order of the Archbishop, performed 2 exorcisms. And supposedly the kid recovered and went on and had a normal life. No one knows who he is or where he is, so there's no real proof. But me and Anna, we believed all of the stories, and when the house came up for auction, we jumped at the chance. We've been there for about 9 months. And then the weird shit didn't set in until about 2 months ago. It was little at first, and to be honest, we were excited that the stories of the exorcism and the poltergeist activity might have been legit, but then Anna started acting weird. She was really touchy, angry at any given moment. I didn't think too much of it, but then the cuts started to appear, most of them on her stomach, her abdomen. At night, she would cry out and moan with this low, guttural, gravelly voice. It was like nothing I'd ever heard of before. We both love scary stuff, but to actually be scared of the person that you share your bed and your life with, it's fucking terrifying, man. She got real sick over a week ago. Her skin was turning green and clammy, and her temperature hit 105 degrees. We called in doctors, but nothing was working. So me and Tim and Jane here called the university, and they unfortunately were of no help. They didn't want the bad press, they said. They left the old exorcism behind them. But there was a priest that called us back. Said he had a friend at the Vatican and that he would be sending someone soon to help us. Now, as weird as everything that I've told you so far is, this is where it gets weirder. So this kid shows up at the door, flanked on either side by 2 older dudes, one of which I'm pretty sure was an albino. The other, a pretty stern-looking dude, about 55 years old with a pencil-thin mustache. But the kid does all the talking. Says he's a specialist on the occult from the Vatican and that these 2 priests were here to conduct the exorcism. Outside the house, there's this black limousine and a crew of others, 2 women, 3 other guys. And the women take us aside. They offer to put us up in a hotel for the night. I tell them that I want to stay, but they convince me it's best to let the holy men do their work. So I went along with it. Next day, we go back. They're still conducting the ritual. They don't let us in, or not even to say hi or check up on her. We don't even get to talk to the kid or the priests. I'm telling you, something's not right. So today we go back, and I'm insistent on going in. I'm not taking no for an answer. One of the guys, the big one, grabs me by my throat and tosses me across the street like a rag doll. And
that's not very Vatican-like
right.
behavior.
Well, I mean,
go ahead, Andy.
It could be.
True. I mean, it depends on your perspective. Not traditionally Vatican-like behavior.
Jane, the mom, kind of chimes in and she says, we saw in the paper yesterday that you and your team, IROSHAN, were setting up downtown. The paper said that you help people who find themselves entangled with the forces of the supernatural. And we know you aren't officially open yet, but we're begging you, please, can you help our daughter?
I mean, I think we could certainly try. Take a look. Let me talk to the other IROSHANians that are here and see what we can do. Is the intercom working yet, or should I just track people down?
Yeah, you could probably page us at least.
So we'll get everybody together amongst like the catering staff or something. Like, I give Christy and Andy the rundown, and say, granted, we might have to push back the grand opening ceremony and the ribbon cutting and everything, but I feel like this is something we should probably take a look at. I mean, it might be nothing, he seemed pretty upset. So, I don't know how, maybe he's exaggerating, maybe he's, blowing things out of proportion, but, at the very least, it'd be good press for us to take a look since we're here now. What do you guys think? You guys don't have to answer at once. You can...
It's their problem because they moved into a haunted house.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. That thought has crossed my mind. It's like, well, you bought the Exorcist house. You get.
What did you expect?
there's a
Granted,
can we roll for dumbassery?
Granted,
That's
that was my internal monologue as this guy was telling me the story. But it didn't seem like the very superhero-y thing to do to be like, well, dumbass. So, I don't know. We could go take a look.
If this wasn't in the disclosures, then I don't know what we have.
Yeah, I mean, that stuff it was in the seller's disclosure. He knew what he was buying. House may contain the devil. I don't know what the inspector found, but,
interesting.
That place actually did go up for sale in 2015.
And somebody bought it.
Somebody
of course,
bought
in
it.
this market, people buy anything.
That's true.
And
Probably paid 50 over asking too.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's all a cash sale.
Yeah.
Well, since you're gonna play the hero card, then I guess we have to.
It's kind of our
That's our
job.
gig.
It's what we signed up.
Yeah. By the way, is Dreamslayer here?
Dreamslayer's with you.
Okay. All right.
And he chimes in and says, well, it's a shame Shard's not here if we're going up against demons.
Yeah, exactly.
He's kind of
right.
a demon specialist.
Yeah.
Yep. I guess the best thing to do is go check out this group that's occupying this house and see what we can ascertain. See if they try to throw us out by our necks.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like they might have made the problem worse or be part of the problem.
I kind of took it as they are saying they're one thing, but they're actually something different.
Right.
So,
if Shard were with us, we could certainly teleport over there. And under normal circumstances, I would probably suggest that, maybe we could dreamwalk into his wife. But I'm not going to chance that with a potential demon running around in there at the same time.
Yeah, we could just drive. It's about 20 minutes from HQ.
10 if I drive.
10 if Andy drives.
No.
Yeah, are you going to charge up a car for us there, Highwayman?
Sure. So we'll get underway.
Like a station wagon or an SUV. I need some legroom.
You know what? We'll take the new Volkswagen vans that are coming out.
Like an Uber X.
Yeah, we got a pretty Uber X over. Our driver shows up to pick us up. How you doing?
Yeah, you guys IROSHAN?
Sorry, man. We just blew it on renovations. We have no way to get there. So.
And then you get in the car and it just lights on fire.
Here's your tip, buddy.
That's going to lower your passenger rating a lot.
His bottle of water's in the back, or all shaking and everything. No, I think we can afford our own vehicle, so we'll drive over there. So All right.
What is the highwayman's ride of choice if he's driving one around?
Oh, you know what? I was thinking about that earlier. I personally kind of
Corolla. Sensible, efficient.
good gas mileage. I mean,
Yeah,
that's important. It's important
nothing
in these
flashy, but it
days.
gets you where you're going.
Yeah. No, I think really, to be quite honest, I think it's going to be a 69 Cuda. I think it'll be yeah. We'll go with 69 black Cuda.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. Here we
Here
go.
it is.
Here we go.
It's one of those big muscly car things.
Oh yeah.
There we go, man.
Oh, nice.
69 Plymouth Barracuda.
Yeah, it looks like my dad's car.
I say not unlike the Satellite.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty darn close. It's pretty darn close, but totally
Yes.
looks like a highwayman car, right?
It's got a spoiler in the back.
I'm sure that not that one, but I'm sure we can get one. No, this one's I think a little newer. I like the 69 Cuda. I think a lot of people like the 70 Cuda. I think it was 70. Let's see.
How do you spell it?
Different car.
CUDA?
Well, it's short for Barracuda.
Oh, Barracuda. Okay.
Yeah, here's the 70.
Ooh, yeah, I like that better.
Yeah, we can do the 70.
Mm.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that's badass. Ooh, Barracuda. And see, we can sing that song while we're driving around.
All right, yeah, that's yep. So we'll go with the Cuda.
All right, so we're heading over to Belnor, right?
Yep.
Am I saying that right?
Yeah, Belnor.
Belnor. Okay.
Mhm.
So Roanoke Drive is located in the small city of Belnor, north of St. Louis proper. It lies in a densely populated suburban area on a tree-lined cul-de-sac with small brick bungalows stacked closely to one another. You can tell that the neighborhood has recently undergone a bit of a renaissance. The houses are all updated with neatly kept lawns, and by the look of the cars in the short driveways, likely a mix of young couples starting out with starter homes and retirees looking to downsize in a quiet neighborhood. It's late in the afternoon as the sun is setting between the trees, just over the rooftops of Roanoke Drive. There's a stillness in the air that is in direct opposition to the quaint neighborhood as a faint mist wafts at ankle level. Up and down the street, it's completely quiet. No one's walking their dogs, no one's jogging, nobody out watering the lawn. It's deathly quiet. Halfway up the street, however, you can see three men standing on the lawn of what you can now identify as the Martins' house by Keith's definition. And these three men are dressed in black suits. And from the distance that you're at, it's a little hard to make out, but one of them is actually wearing a cap. Almost looks like a limousine driver, likely associated with the stretch limo that's parked out in front of the home. The other two have maybe a little bit more of like a military look to them. And they have like a red rope that runs through like a
Epaulette.
Button flap. Yeah. What is it called?
An epaulette.
Epaulette. Yes.
Well, that's like the thing that like naval captains wear. Like the
that's the thing. Yeah.
No, it's more just like a rope that kind of runs underneath. And it's red.
Red rope.
Red rope.
Red rope.
That's a whole different movie. So that's kind of what you see from a distance. That's about halfway down the street. You're kind of at the gateway to that street, and I'll pull you up here on the map so you can kind of see what's going on here. All right, you should.
Mike, were you making your little icon just spin?
I was.
He loves doing that. So you guys are at the end of the street. You can see that there's trees that run up the center of the drive there, and then off on your left, you'll see that there's a house up there that's got 3 individuals out in front, and they're basically just standing still and standing guard. But it's really eerie, like they're barely moving a muscle, staring straight ahead.
Okay.
But everything else is like moving normal speed.
I mean,
birds aren't like flying at half speed, right?
There are no birds.
Oh, there's nothing. Okay.
You don't hear any chirping. There's no squirrels running around. I mean, it's just quiet, and no breeze. There's just that mist that's running, slowly creeping across the pavement.
Interesting.
Yeah, Andy, you were worried that like time wasn't working properly.
Yeah, that's I was like,
hold
how
on.
are we moving?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and just so you guys know, at the very bottom of your screens, you'll see that you've got like some macros down there at the bottom that go from feeble to unearthly. Anytime you want to make a roll, all you got to do is just click on one of those, and it will roll for you, and it will actually roll the color of the table for you as well.
Do they?
Mike?
Can we tell if they see us yet or not?
Right now, they are strictly looking just right ahead. So if they're standing guard, they're not doing a great job of it because they have made no recognition of your presence whatsoever.
Okay. Mike, what? Say a little rock and roll on the porch of the house.
Speak less cryptically.
How about making the porch of the house vibrate like an earthquake? See if that gets their attention. That way they look back at the house, not down the street at us.
I can try to do that.
Just to see if they're gonna move on us.
Yeah, it's hard for me to target that specifically, especially at this distance.
Okay.
Yeah, I
What
think
is our aim? Are we trying to go in? Are we hoping to interrogate them in a friendly fashion? What do you think we're facing here?
I think.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just trying to see if we could, one, see if they actually look, and two, just see if they, if they would turn around or engage, because they're like eerily staring forward at the moment.
That could, yeah. I mean, I think it's pretty safe to say that if we came up on them, they would react.
Or
let's.
I got a better idea.
Not to sound like Kurt, but let's go up and talk to him and see what happens.
Boy, for not trying to sound like Kurt, you sounded a lot like Kurt.
Sounded just like Kurt. Yeah, no. But just to see, I mean, we're all super powered. We could interact a little bit before.
It's like saying we're all adults.
Yeah, we're all super powered. We're all superheroes.
Hey guys, are you taking a survey in the neighborhood?
We want to see how many pets you have.
Hello, we're with the census. How many adults do you have living in your household?
Excuse me, but have you taken the Lord as your personal savior?
Got this copy of the Watchtower for you.
That's right. Can we minister to you today? Okay, well, we can do that. I was going to say our other option is I could send in the car and just make them, pull up real quick and kind of rev the engine, threaten, and take off. See if they react to that. But we can go talk to them. Sure.
Okay. Well, I could go up and do the talking if you guys want to hang back, and you could like be prepared to like jump them or something like that.
From our vantage point, we don't see the two on the side, right?
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Suspension of disbelief there.
Right.
Well, so I think what I'm going to do while you're talking to him, I am going to teleport up to the roof of the house, because it looks like a gambrel style roof with dormers. So the slope should not be that extravagant.
Okay, so the roof of the actual house, correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'm just going to teleport up there.
Well, then if you're doing that, it's not a bad idea. Maybe we let Spartan and maybe Poet, if she wants to, do the talking, and I will, as Dreamslayer, I'll go to the house across the street and phase up to the roof there. I should be able to get in there undetected.
Okay.
Yeah. Then we got kind of two sniper positions, and then two people on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds tactical.
All right.
I'm gonna have to roll, right?
To teleport?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna start walking.
Which my things did not come back, so you may have to read them to me.
Oh, are you kidding me, dude? Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry. I don't
Come
know
on,
why.
Andy.
I don't know why.
No, it's not your fault. It's stupid Foundry.
I mean, I can see amazing, but I have no idea
All right, so
anything.
your teleportation is amazing, yes.
Okay. But I have no other numbers. If it's a number, I can't see it. All right. Amazing. Holy crap. There it goes. Oh, there's no die. A yellow.
Oh, okay. So you're saying if it's a number, you can't see it, right?
Yeah, I mean,
but
I can't
you
see.
You can see the ranked names, correct?
Only under powers.
Okay.
But like anything under
your abilities.
Under my abilities, can't see that. Can't see health. Can't see karma. Can't see name.
Weird. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so what did you roll there? 76.
76.
Okay,
Yeah.
put yourself up on the roof.
I'm good.
And then, Chrissy, what are you going to do?
I'm scribbling.
She's.
Chrissy, you could fly up to one of the roofs that the other guys are on, and I don't mind.
You mind taking this one alone?
Being the guy on the ground. I can take a hit if they are.
Let me think.
If they start swinging right away.
You're pretty confident.
And
These could be godlike figures down here.
I'm just saying. I'm willing to play the heavy on this one, so you guys can
Be the
pounce.
sneakies.
Yeah.
Now, Mike, since you're kind of moving up and just kind of strolling up on him, you get a little bit better look at him as you get closer.
Yeah.
And the one dude I told you that was wearing a cap, he's definitely kind of looks more like a limo driver for the most part. Just in a basic suit and a limo driver hat. The other two, one of the guys is bigger, beefier, and he's a little bit more burly, kind of a commanding presence, and a thick mustache with salt and pepper gray hair. The other guy is short and thin with a pencil thin mustache. They both appear to be probably in their 50s, maybe. Mike, you're a little bit of a history buff, aren't you?
A little bit, depending on what it is.
Give me a straight reason roll.
Let's see.
And you go, ooh, that's good. 92. You absolutely are sure that you've seen these guys before. Not in person, but in your history books.
Like in a book or...
Mm-hmm. And if you didn't know any better, you are looking at Heinrich Himmler, commander of Hitler's SS.
Okay.
And a leading architect of the Nazi Party during World War II. The bigger man bears a striking resemblance to Joseph Stalin, the Soviet dictator who caused the death of millions of Russian citizens. Now, surely it can't be those two individuals because they are long gone.
Right.
But
One
they
would
sure
think.
do look an awful like those two.
Okay. Is that, do we have like little walkie-talkies, or do we have a way to communicate with each other remotely?
I'm trying to remember.
And our headsets, right?
It's been a while since old Dreamslayer's been actually.
We got earwigs.
He doesn't. I don't have that. I don't have it. But yes, I mean, we always had like little earpieces and stuff like that going way back. So yeah, we can communicate to one another. Yes.
Yeah, I'll just quickly let everybody know that guys, these upon closer inspection, a couple of these guys look like kind of historically famous bad people. I could be wrong, but they're kind of dead ringers for Stalin and Himmler. So just keep that in mind.
Like the Joseph Stalin?
Yeah. It's unlikely, I know, but the resemblance is striking. Let me say that.
Alrighty.
So is everybody ready for me to walk up here?
Yeah.
Marvelous with your talking ability.
Christy, do you have your stanza completed?
I didn't write this in German or Russian.
Well, as long as we know what you're talking about, that's fine.
I eagerly await until I'm told here.
All right. Here we go. And Chris, remind me of the name of the people whose house this is.
Martin.
Martin. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, gentlemen. You fellas, with the mustache and.
They all three in unison turn and look at you.
Hey, I'm sorry to bother you. I'm a friend of the Martins, and yeah, the folks whose house this is, and the husband was pretty worried about what was going on, and I just told him I'd come take a look and make sure the wife was okay and the whole procedure was going okay. Guess just wouldn't mind if I just popped in. I do have some experience in these matters. I'm kind of in the business, but I was just, I thought I'd do Mr. Martin a solid and come over and take a look and just check on things. He's pretty worried about it.
All three of those guys, in unison, all chuckle in their own voices.
Not in one unified chuckle voice.
Tell him you know Doughboy.
It's the same pattern in the chuckle, but all different pitches and different takes. But it is the same staccato.
Like the same thing playing through three different speakers.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And the big one speaks up, and he says, "Look, Heinrich, the husband was not as dumb as he looked. These must be cavalry, eh? He sends us costume superhero because he is too weak. Lucretia, Lizzie, come see what arrives at our table. The weakling has delivered us a feast. Let us show the superhero our true selves. And from the side of the building, you see two women. One that comes out of the alley in between the two houses. And another that comes around the opposite side over here. Both of these individuals look familiar to those of us that are close enough to see them as well. And they both come out singing a creepy little tune. Lizzie Borden took an axe and gave her mother 40 whacks. And when she saw what she had done, she gave her father 41. And the pair of women are Lucretia Borgia, one of the most maligned women in history who was responsible for the poisoning deaths of her family's enemies, and Lizzie Borden, one of the most notorious female murderers of the 19th century. As the song is uttered, the bevy of historical horrors begin to metamorphosize. Himmler takes on the appearance of a death-dealing, leather-clad SS officer with retractable blades coming out of his arms. Lizzie Borden's head expands and elongates, forming a sharp crescent as her skin turns alabaster and the flesh is ripped from various parts of her body, revealing the muscular structure underneath as an axe takes shape in the place of her right hand. Stalin begins to grow to the size of the Hulk, and his flesh turns to cold steel and cracks from searing cold temperatures emanating from his soul. Lucretia Borgia's skin turns a deep cyan blue as horns grow from her head and her clothing becomes a bastardization of Catholic robes and the garb of a wicked harlot. Last but not least, the driver, a man whose face is unknown to you, simply places a hood over his face and produces a rope from his jacket in the shape of a noose. The hangman has apparently come to collect your souls. So now would be the time to probably roll initiative, which I have that set up so that I can actually do that for you guys. What I will need you to tell me to do, or to tell me, is what your initiative bonus is.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to roll for everybody here real quick, and then I'll ask you in order.
What the bonuses?
What the bonuses are. So let's see here. I guess I got to look and see what my bonus is. I forgot what it is already. Mine is 4. Okay, Spartan, what's yours?
4.
Poet.
What am I telling you?
What your initiative bonus is?
Ooh, that's a good question. 2.
Okay. And Andy, sadly, it won't matter because you rolled a 1.
Oh, yeah. I think mine was 3, if I remember right. But yeah, 3.
All right. Well, I guess I get to go first.
I don't like it when you roll 4s.
I know. I'm sorry. You might be able to do it. We'll have to look into that and see if I can get you guys to actually do it yourself there. So I'm going to roll for extra actions. Well, actually, here's what's going to happen. Is directly behind where the 3 guys are on the porch. There are 4 demons that spray out into this area here in the center around the tree, or the trees here. And Dreamslayer is going to basically jump down into the middle of that and attempt to keep these. And he says, as he jumps down, you guys go for the big ones. I'll keep these guys off of you. And they are these little imps, basically, that stand about 3 feet tall, that have wings, and they're all flying out in a whirlwind kind of pattern. The Dreamslayer kind of throws out some chains and begins to reel a couple of them in, and as soon as he does that, their attention is drawn directly on him. So we'll move to Spartan.
How would I go about rolling for extra actions?
That is a fighting roll.
It's a fighting roll.
Mhm.
Okay, so
All right, so that gives you 1 extra action.
okay. And then the extra action happens when initiative comes back around?
Comes back around, correct, yeah.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
I would like to use my gravity manipulation to make the three that I'm closest to, the dudes, I would like to use to hold them down, to increase gravity for them.
Okay.
And I will use karma.
Okay.
Good thing. I will spend karma to get that up to a yellow.
Okay.
Whatever that is.
Mm-hmm.
And if you let me know, I'll subtract.
Yeah, I mean, you. To get to that, yeah. And let's see. You do have the chart that you can pull up in the.
Oh, in the journal.
Yeah, in the journal there. So if you wouldn't mind doing that, that would be good. I actually forgot to grab mine. So.
Oh yeah. So yes, needs to come up to. So I'll use 50 karma to bring it up.
All right. And then what does that do to these guys?
It basically, if their strength is lower than amazing, if their strength is lower than my power rank, it makes it to where they can't really move because the gravity is stronger than their strength.
Gotcha.
Or I guess otherwise it would lower their strength by the power rank.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I guess it's like an amazing level weight on them.
Amazing. Gotcha. Okay. Okay, so Hangman and Zyklon, as he's being called, that's Himmler, are pinned basically down. You see the pavement underneath their feet. All 3 of them begin to kind of crackle, and Zyklon and Hangman are actually brought down to their hands and knees by the weight that you're putting on them right now. So Hangman is going to attempt to try to get out of that, which I'm going to give him a strength roll to be able to try to do that. He needs a red to be able to just stand up. He rolled an 82. I'm going to go ahead and spend the karma so that he can actually get up and try to manipulate. But that is his action for this round. So his action is just trying to get up to where he can do battle. So next up then would be Poet.
And do I have to do something specific again for another action?
For multiple actions is a fighting feat roll for you. So your fighting is excellent, so you're going to roll on the excellent column there, so number 5 down there at the bottom.
Oh, that's a macro. If I click it, nothing happens?
No, you did. You got it. It rolled a green.
Okay.
If you look in the chat bar on the right, you rolled a green.
Okay.
So that got you 1 extra action for Poet.
Okay. So at the moment, I'm on the rooftop, catty corner from the action, and my thoughts were similar to Spartan's. So I'm just going to reinforce a little of what he's done and maybe go beyond, but it's I'm going to take a look around and say, the mist that swirls upon the street, serpentine, it comes alive. Around the ankles of the specters we face, it tightens like shackles. They cannot race, nor take a step as we attack. A tendril of mist like steel arises, wraps round their neck and mouths and eyes.
Nice. Okay, so ultimately the effect that you're wanting is to basically bind them in place, and also keep them from speaking.
Yes.
Okay. Anything else?
And kind of blind them or obscure their vision. It's going to wrap up, cinch their neck, cover their mouths, or muffle them at least, and then same with the eyes.
Okay, that's cool. All right, so you're going to roll then on, and there are 2 pages. I think your ability is Shift X, correct?
Yes.
So there are 2 pages of macros down there. If you go to page 2 and clicking the up arrow, you can pull out a Shift X.
Okay.
See that?
Yep.
Okay. And you rolled a yellow. So that effect happens. You see the tendrils come up out of the fog, and it wraps around the feet and ankles and the mouths and the eyes and obscures their vision. So you certainly have a big advantage on these guys. So with that, each of you have a +3 column shift to physically interact with any of these individuals.
Ba-da. 3 column shift.
Zyklon now gets to go. He is affected by the gravity on top of all of this. So what he is going to do, let's see if this works for him. It does. He pushes himself up, and you can see that weight just bearing down on him, and it's a maximum effort for him just to lift up enough to be able to do this. But he turns sideways and then all of a sudden just whips, and he turns into a cyclone, basically, and breaks free of the gravity and the binding that is binding him. So he is now free. And then we go to Acts of Violence. I love that one. These are, just for the record, these guys are called the Lethal Legion, and they appeared in 3 issues of West Coast Avengers back in 1987, probably, right around that time period, and they were never seen from again.
They've been busy.
They have. All right, so she is going to attempt to, now the way I'm treating this poet is, since we are basically enacting these in 3 different ways to bind their ankles, their mouths, their eyes, we're splitting that strength, material strength, up 3 ways. Okay, so that puts each of those at amazing. Okay, so she has got to get a red to be able to cut into these things. Now, this is magic for you. Unfortunately, her axe is also magical, so she can actually affect this. And same rank number of amazing. She got a yellow. I'm going to go ahead and spend the karma for her then as well, to get that up where it needs to be, and bring it to a red so she can cut through. Right now she's still blind, she still can't speak, but she's cutting herself loose. And then we go to Cyanna, which is Lucretia. And what can she do? Oh, interesting. Okay. see what this does. Nothing. And I'm not going to bother with karma there for her. Okay. You see her struggling against the restraints, but that's it. And then now that brings us to Cold Steel. He's going to attempt to try to break out of there. Now he's pretty strong. We're going to see what happens with this guy. He's able to get up to one knee, but is not able to break out of the gravity or the binding at this point. So Andy comes to the highwayman.
Really quick, I'm gonna send a message to Dreamslayer. Dreamslayer. Golly,
I'm not a sailor. Hi, sailor.
Dreams.
Dreamslayer.
The Dream Guy, DS. I'm gonna send a message to DS. Hey, can you tell if these guys are demons or if they are reincarnated humans?
It's not really my bag, baby.
Oh, okay.
If Dana were here, she might be able to tell us, but not me.
Yeah, no, that's the.
I'd ask Christy. She might be able to tell.
Christy, do you know?
Maybe use some cosmic awareness or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can
yeah,
do that.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, if only Kurt were here.
No, Christy's is higher. I know you're watching, Kurt.
I think I rolled a green.
Let's see here. Yes, you did. Is that the right? Is that unearthly for you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool. Whether or not they are truly reincarnated or demonic, they are definitely demonic, but whether or not they're actually alive, it's a little difficult to tell. It is the people, though, that they appeared to be before the transformation. You are fighting the embodiment of those individuals from history.
Yeah. Okay. I am going to pull a Nishuran sword. It's my attempt anyway. And it essentially pulls its power from sunlight. It absorbs its power from sunlight and takes away any kind of regenerating power a demon has.
Okay. Call some karma.
Yep.
Because you have not had luck with those mythological weapons.
Yeah, we're gonna call some karma. So okay. How about red 98?
That will probably do it. Yeah.
Okay. So you gotta remind me. That was never an action, right? That was
That's just pulling.
That's immediate
pulling
thing.
a weapon.
Okay.
Yeah, that's drawing a weapon.
So I am going to jump, or actually teleport off the roof, come down right in the middle of these three, and take a big arching swing on all three of those guys.
That's two actions.
Oh,
Teleport and
yeah, okay.
attack. But you're so close. Just take out the teleport and just jump down on it.
Okay. Well, I know my luck, I'd break my ankle because my guy rotated and I can't rotate him back because Mike didn't tell me the secret.
Just your head, or
I fixed you.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. So, all right, I'm jumping down. Big swing. I'm gonna land and just whoosh, right across the top.
Okay, and who are you attacking?
I'm trying to attack all three of them.
One big swipe. Okay.
Yep,
So
one big swipe.
what's your fighting? Oh, you don't know because you can't see it.
I found that if I click on the thing, I can. I might be able to see it. My fighting is incredible. Yeah. 40 incredible.
So to attack all three of those individuals with one swipe.
But I have I have an edge talent.
Yep. So that
And,
gets you plus
I
one
also
column
have-
shift.
And I also have a martial arts. Oh, I think it's C. I have AC and E.
That doesn't affect weapons.
Oh,
But you
okay.
have edged weapons. So it gives you plus one comm shift, so that puts you up to amazing.
Amazing.
But
okay.
now you're going to subtract 1, 2, 3, so you're going to roll on the excellent column. to
Oh,
attack
because I'm
all
going
three
after
of them.
3.
Mhm.
Okay. All right.
And is the +3 still in effect because they're bound?
Oh, they do have +3. You're right. Yeah, thank you for that. I forgot about that. So you're rolling
Thank
it
you.
to regular, which would be back to the amazing.
And then is
+1.
Zyklon still a cyclone?
He is, yes.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Well, then I guess I'll just go for the.
But you can still attack him. He hasn't moved from where he's at.
Gotcha. Okay. So, am I back at incredible or am I amazing?
You're back at amazing. Mhm.
Okay. All right. Whew. Karma.
God, 2 times in a row.
And
Jeez.
I haven't had to use karma yet.
All right, so these 2 guys cannot dodge. Zyklon really can't either because he's already used his action. So, looking on the edged column, that is a kill for all 3 of them. So they get to roll endurance.
Highwayman's back, baby.
Mhm. All right, so that is incredible. Incredible and monstrous. Oh, good God. Yeah, dude rolled a 1. Oh, cold steel. Joseph Stalin himself.
The
Dude.
toughest of all those guys.
That he's the last one that you hit because he's to your right, so you probably would have swiped from left to right, I imagine.
Mm-hmm.
You hit Zyklon, and hit the Hangman, and you carve Cold Steel in half. What's the damage on the weapon? You're using it's monstrous or unearthly, right?
I think so.
Yeah, you're unearthly
Yep.
if you're imbuing it with the Hellfire, which pretty much I'm assuming every time you pull one of these things, you're always imbuing it. With
Yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah. Why
Yep.
wouldn't you?
mhm.
Yep. So yeah, that would be unearthly.
So you cleave him absolutely in half, and when it does, you get this perfect cut slice on him, and this metallic body that is blue underneath. It just shifts in its frame, and the top half just slides off of the bottom, and the blue light just explodes, and you see his soul basically come out of the body, and then from the shadows that are underneath the fog, the shadows come up and grab hold of the soul and drag it down through the earth and back to hell.
I thought you were gonna say through his butt. His butt. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Through his butt.
The other 2 got a white and a yellow. So Zyklon got the yellow, Hangman got the white. So he is also dead. So you got 2 in one shot there, dude. Zyklon only takes the damage, which was just 100.
No, just 100.
But he also has invulnerability of remarkable, so that puts him down to 60. Takes him to 90. Now, if you guys do get injured, if you right-click your token, you will see your health that should appear at the bottom of the character. You just type in your new health over top of that, and then that will decrease it accordingly. And you can see that it lowered his health to about half.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay. Okay. Now we roll back around to the top of the round. So, Mike, you had an extra action, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
I will still using the gravity manipulation on Cyanna.
Mm-hmm.
I'll reverse gravity so that she kind of just shoots up in the air.
Gotcha. Now, don't forget she's got those tendrils around her. If you do that, it potentially might rip her away from that.
Oh, never mind then. I forgot about that. I will just I'll because I'm close enough that I can like physically interact with her. Right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I'll just go over and take a swing at her with my bat that is charged up.
Okay.
And does that roll on the vibration charge, or does that roll on just fighting?
That's on your fighting. And then I think you have weapon specialist bat, right?
Right, so that's +1?
+2 for weapon specialist.
Ah, gotcha. Okay. So so I roll two column shifts up, right?
Yep, so it would be monstrous for you.
Gotcha.
And tell me what you got, because I've got a sheet up over top of that.
I got a green, 30.
Okay. And you did not call Karma, correct?
I did not.
Okay. She can't dodge, so there's no issue there. What's the damage on the bat?
Damage on the bat is amazing, and then it ignores body armor.
Okay,
It's
hold
charged
on.
up.
Because I think it's got to be more than that. That was something that I probably missed, because I wasn't thinking about that. Your strength is monstrous, so it is going to be monstrous instead of amazing.
So I'll change that on the sheet.
Yep. Mm-hmm. All right. Where are you hitting her?
Is she held down? Like, is she
No,
flat, or is she standing?
she's basically just kind of bound. So she's standing almost full up, but she's bound by her mouth, her eyes, and her feet. And she can move her arms at this point, but she's standing. Yes.
Yeah. I was really just kind of taking a swing for the middle of the torso.
Okay.
Just dead center.
All right. So you hit right dead center, and she just doubles over the bat. And when she does, I mean, just this torrent of blood just comes out of her mouth.
Ugh.
Yeah. Fortunately, it just misses you, but man, it muddies up that street. Coming back to Poet for action number 2.
Okay, there are many reasons why I'm not sure if I can do this,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm going to try.
That's the spirit.
Watch this, y'all.
Yeah, this is the plan. Because I don't know how things work, and I don't know. But I'm going to say I've got this Staff of Watum,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I should be able to throw it from the rooftop where I am and have the 3 wands separate out to whack the demons that may be in flight.
Okay.
And my intention with Karma is that if winged creatures unbound by the mist upward zoom, I'll play whack-a-mole with the Staff of Watum.
Yes.
I love it.
The Moxie's half the battle.
Yeah, I love it.
Anything that you can rhyme with whack-a-mole, it's got to work.
Did we spend any karma on the Staff of Watum to give it any kind of abilities?
I don't remember discussing, but yes.
Well, we-
Of
Yeah,
course we did.
Of course we did. I
Here, let me check my sheet. Oh yes,
Right there in italics.
it's in a pencil.
I love it, and I think that is definitely something that we need to look into giving the staff for sure.
In the future.
So that could do the way it is right now. We know it does excellent damage. So let's see here. What else do we have? What else do you have? You got. Okay, you did read a poem at the same time. Now, just to refresh your memory here, because of the fact that each of these rounds take basically 6 to 11 seconds, you'd have to be, you can only do one poem per round. But since this is kind of our first time back, I'm going to allow it, and because we are a little pressed for time, I'm going to go ahead and allow that as the second action. But moving forward, one poem per round, okay? But this will do 50 points of damage to each of the demons. Okay, so that takes him to 30. Oops. Right click.
Do I need to roll?
Oh, yeah, probably.
Now we're. It's a
I
gimme.
wasn't sure if I should just, what's the better deal? Just take it? Or,
just take it.
okay.
No, roll, please.
Is that unearthly? Did I say?
That one's your Shift X. No. I'm sorry. Your well, yeah, it would be your Shift X. Yes.
Oh wait, yeah, because we're up 3 now, right? A 3-column shift because of the.
Oh
Or
shit.
not.
Well, no, for but we're talking physical action. You're doing essentially magic here. So it's your straight Shift X under your reality alteration, because you're using that to affect the staff. Because you used your poem in order to do that. So it's essentially doing 50 points instead of 20.
Okay, and was I supposed to do something with karma because I called it and I don't?
You did call karma, that you can take it up to a red if you so desire. But truthfully, you don't gotta. So just spend 10 points and then you're good.
Okay.
And then Andy, you don't have any more actions, correct?
Right.
Okay, all right. So then we're back at the top of the next round, which brings us back to Dreamslayer. I guess I'll try to do a couple of little things here, but I will do that on my own time. We'll move to Spartan.
So I didn't finish her off, right? Like I heard her, but she's not out.
That is correct. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What was the color that you got on that? Was it a yellow?
It was a yellow.
Okay. Yeah, no, she's not out.
Oh wait, no, maybe it was a green.
Green? Okay, definitely not out then.
Yeah, I don't know. I lost it.
You didn't spend karma on it, so I
No,
couldn't-
it was a green actually.
It was a green. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And since she doesn't seem to be too much of a threat, or I'll just, hit her one way, and then I'll just kind of whip around and hit her the other way using the same thing.
Okay.
And so that gets rolled. Same one. So I missed.
And no karma.
No karma.
Okay. All right. While you were doing that, missing, Dreamslayer slices into 2 of the other demons and cuts them down. Then we go to Hangman. who is still desperately trying to just get up and move. Oh, but he's able to manipulate his rope, so that's what he's going to do right now.
Is he not dead?
Oh no, yeah, he did. I forget about that.
Yeah, I was gonna say
He's
Coat
dead.
Steel's dead too.
Yeah, I gotta mark both of those guys out of here just so I can get rid of them there. All right, so Poet.
Oh, already?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, after those two guys are dead, it's your turn.
Oh, yeah. So we've got a demon, a couple of demons.
2 demons left, yeah.
So, oh boy. Okay. Okay, this is not great. We're back to me being able to recite a poem, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the axe of violence is still hacking away?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, this is really terrible. Here we go though. Weapons of magic whose origins demonic, wielded by entities who've stepped out of time, dissolve into ether, and no magic neither. Incorporeal or steel will they be able to wield.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're destroying the weapons that they carry.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Go ahead and make that roll. Tell me what you got.
Looks like... Oh, I got a red.
Sweet. Okay, all 3 of them have some form of weapon. So that'd be 50 for each of them. And each of them, it is actually attached to them, so you are actually doing damage to them while this happens.
Good call. Good call.
Ooh, okay, all right. So, Axe of Violence, which is your Lizzie Borden, her axe is actually her lower arm, and it just completely just dusts, and she looks at her stub and just begins to scream. Cyanna, it's her claws, her fingers, and that her fingers just go. Zyklon, his blades come out of his arms, but what that is it's actually his a portion of the bone in his forearms, so those dissipate, and now he's just got rubber arms.
Oh my god.
Christy, you are just the absolute master of just mutilating the villains.
No
in
matter
every
what game we're playing.
that we're playing. And you are the sweetest person I know.
Finds their weak point. Just go.
Like, look how you inadvertently slaughter people. Ruthless.
Oh my god. So Zyklon stops his spinning. He just
Like when the washer gets out of balance.
He looks like one of those blow-up dolls, you know, that's on the side of the street, advertising cars for sale.
Pretty good.
Wow. I mean, like, what else can he do?
He can die.
Oh, he could do that. Mm. All right, here we go. Let's see, remarkable. Oh, come on. He got a 12.
He just beat himself to death with his arm.
He begins to cough, and you see a green gaseous substance kind of come out of his mouth a little bit, but it has no effect. on anybody close by. So now we go to acts of violence, who's really pissed at this point, but still trying to cut herself out of all of this stuff. She can now move, but she can't see. So she's going to attempt to rip away. First off, she's going to roll for extra actions because she's really running out of companions here at this point. So she's got incredible. We're going to roll on the incredible column to see if she can get extra action. She got 1, so she's going to cut away once again. Nope, she's not. She can't cut. She doesn't have anything to cut with.
She is now.
She's gonna gnaw. She's gonna gnaw.
Amazing strength, Jesus Christ! All right, she's just going to go blindly and go towards the noise and try to cut Highwayman blindly. So her fighting. Wow. You guys have messed these guys up. 1, 2, 3, 4. God, typical. She's gonna call Karma. Got a green. I'll bump that up to a yellow to try to cut Highwayman. Nope, can't cut him. Just gonna fucking punch him.
She's gonna headbutt me.
You just got nubbed.
Oh, she's got throwing axes. So she's gonna take one of the throwing axes and try to hit you with that with her left hand.
But wait, it was all weapons.
Oh, all weapons. You were right. It's all weapons. Son of a bitch. All right, she's gonna punch you. Do you want to take it?
I'd like to dodge.
Okay, so you can roll agility.
Okay.
I know it'd be pretty baller if you just took it in.
Yeah, that's true. So agility is expert. So with martial arts, ACE,
Yep.
one of those gives me advantage, right? Not advantage, but dodging.
You
Can't
have to pull up
remember which one.
the player's guide there, but for now, just tell me what the roll is.
Excellent. Off of my agility is excellent.
Yeah, go ahead and roll it.
Okay. Trying to.
All right, so that's a yellow. That's enough.
Yeah, that's enough.
So, yeah, she misses.
Okay.
Cyanna. And no claws. And she can't speak. Wow. You have hobbled them. Just absolutely hobbled them. We're going to try a little shape-shifting here and see if this works again. This is what I tried to do last time, and she didn't make it happen. So, Karma. All right, so this time she does. She melts into just a puddle of blood and goes underneath the fog. And then it goes to Highwayman.
Okay, I just want to point out the really creepy part about this is
cat.
no, is the fact that Poet is just sitting on this roof, which is she can see, but yet they may not be able to see her. And all this stuff is
It's
happening.
just happening to them.
It's like a sniper. It's like a mystic sniper.
Magic
All right.
sniper.
All right, well, I'm gonna roll for extra action since I got two guys right here in front of me.
No, not directly in the microphone. Please shut up. I'll let you in so you would be quiet.
Okay, roll for extra actions. Incredible.
That's an extra.
That's an extra. Okay.
Mhm.
So when acts of violence comes at me, I'm just going to spin and take that sword and go right behind her. So that's a measly 35.
You did say Karma, though, right?
No, I didn't on that one.
Okay. All right. Damage on that.
It's unearthly.
Ungodly. It's
Ungodly. It's ungodly, man. How about unearthly?
Right, so that is actually gonna do it. You're hitting her with the sword again, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Right. You hit her with that, and with the hellfire, she bursts into flame and is reduced to ash in front of you.
Okay. And then I guess for Cylon, I'm just gonna spin my roll back around, so I've taken care of her, and then I'm gonna upcut and just kind of do a 180 spin around there.
Right, we'll do that on the next.
Okay, that's right.
Action there.
Oh man, I
Spartan,
already told you what I was
do
doing.
you have another one?
I didn't do extra actions this round.
Oh, okay, so then it rolls back around to you then, Andy.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm just gonna do what I just said. So unearthly. Oh, shit. That's 22.
Okay, and another 100 there, right? Man,
Yep.
You're just taking them all down there, dude. You're letting Poet weaken them, and you're just cleaving them in two.
I like that. I like
All right.
that.
He is out.
I'll cleave all day long, Poet. You take him down.
All right, so
Make
we're
him mere
back,
mortals.
back up at the top of a new round. Dreamslayer is going to make another attack on the demons next to him. Got 2 actions. And misses on one, but cuts the other one down. So 2 Spartan.
I I roll fighting to try double actions, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Now, if you miss it, the one action you get is at a -4 column shift, but you're also at a +3, so now it's just a -1.
Okay, fair enough. So can I see at all where Cyanna that turned into the puddle of blood? Can I approximate where she is, or where that
Yeah.
puddle of blood?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is it like creeping away, or is she just turned into a puddle? Like,
It's hard to tell because of the mist.
right. I will attempt to use Geoforce to kind of have the street surface or whatever. I assume it's street or rock or something.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of like come up and make like a little, almost like a hollow ball with
Mhm.
blood inside
Okay, just to capture.
to contain her. Yeah.
Okay, go
Dude,
ahead.
just pull out a bounty towel at this point.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make that
um,
roll then.
Okay. Right. Here we go.
And you got a green.
Yep.
Okay. All right. You think you got her?
We'll find out.
Poet.
So who's left?
That other demon, little imp,
Okay.
right in here.
Oh, all right.
You think we could catch it and train it?
It's possible.
Oh, hey.
And we can name it Peter.
we can
They're
make
like
some-
parallel universes.
All right. Well, what happened to Zyklon?
Oh, Andy
He's dead.
killed him.
It's a he.
Hmm.
Okay, fascinating.
And,
Yeah, oh, that's fine. All I need is Zyklon's last exhalation, which I think we saw, because I'm going to say that the gaseous exhale of Zyklon, so green, will change in substance and form to a scream that only the demon hears. It's enhanced by her fears. I'm going to assume the demon is a female. Till its amplitude is deafening and drains her of power and leaves her with nothing to do but to cower.
Okay. And the intent here is to
Make
cause
the demon.
the demon to kind of go mad or terrified with the sound that exhale has become in the demon's ears, and then they'll crumple and probably fall to the ground and writhe around it, maybe.
Okay. All
And we can just walk over and go.
right.
And then imprison it and train it,
Yeah, exactly. It can be our
And call it Peter.
St. Louis mascot.
do tricks.
Okay. Yep. Go ahead.
Okay.
Or Henry. We can go for Henry with the demon.
We should just name it Kurt.
Oh no! Did you call Karma?
Nope.
No balls.
Oh.
Well,
The demon was a he, not a she. Sorry.
It's like, you
That's
misgendered me.
right.
I'm not doing any of this.
misgendered the demon.
It's non-binary.
Okay, so Highwayman.
But oh, did you go?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay. So I guess I'm just going to walk up behind the demon guy, and because his attention is on you.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to take a slice at the demon guy, which, by the way, we've been using unearthly for my weapon, but I get a shift 3.
Not for damage, for the attack.
Oh, okay.
So that's under your remarkable
Right.
+3.
+3, so monsters. Okay.
And then you have edged weapon too, so that's actually
Oh.
unearthly.
That's right. How about 77?
Okay. All right, so and that's 100 points, right?
Mm,
Yeah, so there's nothing you can do about that. So you cut him in half. And you got the ball of Cyanna subdued at this point. So now you've vanquished everything that is in the street and on the lawn of the house. And from the house, now that everything has gone silent once again, you can hear this low guttural roar that is kind of shaking the walls of the house. This coming from inside.
We should probably check that out.
Yep. In the house we go.
Okay. Let me pull you into the house. All right, so you guys should be right outside the door, right there, I think.
Yep.
When you guys go in, you walk into complete and total darkness. And literally you cannot see like your hand in front of your face. It is cold in here, and the air is moist, and there's a stench in the air that just smells like death and decay. And the only way to be able to maneuver in here without a source of light is to just feel your way around.
Yeah, I'm gonna summon complete hellfire, and so I'm gonna light up. My head's gonna catch on fire. I will be the torch to light
And-
her away.
I can also use my light generation.
All right, so your head's on fire anyway. So
Oh yeah. Okay.
so you go in, and you guys can see his head, but that's it. Like, it is not casting a glow outside of it. You just see just this skull just kind of bouncing around, and that's it. It's casting no glow whatsoever.
Like I'm on green screen.
And Mike, you try to light up your hand.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the glow of your hand,
But it doesn't project.
but it does
at all.
not project light out from it. And if you try to shoot light in a direction, you see the beam of light that it goes pew, but then that's it.
All right.
And in that beam of light, you see just a flash of a face.
Flash of a face.
Mm-hmm.
Any particular direction, or is it just fleeting?
Well, if you're shooting it in front of you, maybe about, if you had to guess, maybe about 15 feet in front of you, felt like there was a face.
Just I will summon my body armor, my rock armor,
Mm-hmm.
just to be safe.
Okay. Let's see. I don't know if Dreamslayer can do anything here to help you guys out or not. Let's see. Yeah, there's nothing. I got nothing. So what do you think, fellas? Are we just
Okay,
going
so
blindly, or
I'm gonna attempt a weapon pull
okay?
on and this is definitely so I'm gonna try to pull an archangel blade, as in Michael's
Okay.
archangel blade.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see here. I'm gonna call Karma for this one. And we still had a +3.
No.
Okay. So that left when we entered the house.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And Karma. Where are we at? 56. I'll take it up to 60.
Okay.
Because I think.
Well, you got to at least spend 10 anyway.
Oh yeah. Where's that put me though? I need a book.
Yeah.
Your
Your universal tables in the journals.
Yeah.
Okay. 56 is going to just give you a yellow. So you need to get it to, what rank are you rolling?
Unearthly.
You need to get it to an 86. So you got to spend 30.
I'll spend 30.
And if you're wanting to pull Archangel's swords, then you got to get it to a red. So
yeah. Yep. I'll spend 30.
Okay. All right. So you pull the Archangel sword, light it with hellfire. So it's like a complete juxtaposition of what it really should be used as.
And then it just disappears.
Oh, please no.
But the combination of the holy fire, the hellfire, working in tandem and working against one another actually pierces the veil of this darkness that's in the room. So now you've lit this particular room up, and you see basically you've kind of walked into the kitchen / pantry area. And the door across from you is open. And just beyond that, you see that face, and it just disappears and shoots off to your left.
Okay. Let's follow the face.
All right, so you guys go into the next room.
Does it look like a lady's face? Or a guy's face?
It's hard to tell. It was white.
Oh, okay.
Looks like a mime's face.
Kinda, yeah.
We don't know where his wife is in here, do we?
I don't think so.
No, you don't.
Okay. So, I'd like to.
But this
what
was
I think,
the direction that thing shot off in, was this way.
Okay. I think I'm gonna try to find the wife, and if she's there, I'm going to tell. Never mind. Forgot I can't teleport anybody. Well, I can teleport one.
Can teleport one individual with you, yes.
Right. So I could teleport her out of the house. See if that kind of helps. So.
But you got to find her first.
Yeah, I gotta find her.
Mhm.
Okay. I'll try the bathroom. Anything in the bathroom?
Well, now you've left us completely in the dark.
Like, hello.
Okay, I want to try the. Okay. I'm right there with you.
All right, Porter, you coming in with us?
Yeah.
All right. So here you're in the living room, and you remember him talking about how they were collectors of the macabre. Well, this is where they keep everything. And they've got stuff from the Zodiac Killer. They've got stuff from Jeffrey Dahmer, John Wayne Gacy. They've got...
So maybe... All right, so... Poet, could you come up with something that turns all of these evil possessions into butterflies? Or something? Yeah, because I'm thinking maybe this house and the demon in the house is living off of this negative energy from all these different evil possessions that these people have.
So would moths be a bad idea?
I don't think moths would.
That'd be the creepier choice.
Well, I mean, you know, moths are just ugly butterflies, so.
Silence of the Lambs, I mean.
Oh, well, yeah, that might be a bad idea.
Work on it.
Okay.
For now, I was just going to say a force field around each of us calms and soothes as we feel our way into each room. Protection from evil intent and attack. Any assault echoes off, sending beams of light back. Just like a minor protection bubble around us.
Sure.
I
All right.
appreciate that.
You can make a roll.
Sure. It's green.
Okay. So each of us, for the sake of math, will receive basically a ward around ourselves that would protect us from any kind of magic or supernatural damage up to 40 points.
Okay. And you called that a ward?
Mm-hmm. And that's just for the time that we're here in this house.
I think that, okay. All right. We look for the lady, or are we gonna?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, well, and
What?
in The Exorcist, she was in the bedroom.
That's true. That's true. What if on one of their prized possessions, I walk over and take the sword that I've got and just touch it?
Touch it with the sword.
Yep.
Yeah, you reach out and it bursts into flames because it's on fire.
Well, at least we don't have to worry about light any longer.
And then the fire spreads to the wall, and then the ceiling.
But it does. So
You just really
no reaction from the house.
Doesn't seem to be. Now,
Okay.
because we're in that room, you can now hear what seems to be chanting coming from the
Bedroom.
Yeah, the bedroom, but behind a closed door to your, from, I guess it would be to the west if we're looking at the map in that respect.
Like directly west or southwest?
Southwest.
Okay. I say we go in.
All right, lead the
What
way,
the heck's going on?
lightsaber guy.
All right. So
All right.
bust through the door.
So you bust through the door,
Hey.
and you see a boy.
Oh, it's Doughboy.
That is at the base of the bed, facing the bed. Floating over top of it is Anna, the wife of Keith Martin. And she is floating upright with her arms outstretched, and her torso has a huge gaping maw in it. And the boy that is standing facing her is finishing what seems to be a ritual. So that's what she looks like. And it's just these gnashing teeth that are in her stomach. And she is letting out through both her mouth in her face and her mouth in her stomach this.
And she is hangry.
And the child, who has kind of chalk white skin, looks over his shoulder and he says, "You are too late, heroes. Satanish walks the earth once more. Cower before his horrible greatness. At last my father comes."
Wow, that's a lot, Junior. Yeah, that's. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Satanish.
Satanish.
So not entirely satanic, just satanic.
Satanish. Yeah.
He's an ish.
Ish.
Shall we roll for initiative?
I believe we shall.
There is a combat tracker over on the right-hand side in the menu. It's a little fist. If you want to roll for yourself, you should be able to, I think. You see the dice over on the side?
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
It still gets a 1. That's what you get.
That's what you get.
Oh, I rolled a 1 too.
Wait, is that for my comment earlier or my comment on Facebook earlier? Or what?
It's all of it.
God dang it.
All right, so Spartan, you have a modification of 4, right? Can you right click on your character and does a menu come up? Not on the character on the map, but in the actual tracker.
In the tracker?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Okay. All right. So you got a +4. I can do that for you. Poet, what's your modification? Is it a 2?
Modification of what?
Your initiative.
Yes, +2.
Okay. Let's see here. What's old Satanish get? It gets a 3. Kid Blackheart. Yes. A +2. All right. So Spartan, you're up first. Batter up.
I will use my gravity manipulation to release him from gravity so that he rockets toward the ceiling.
To the ceiling.
Yep. I will call Karma.
All right.
And I'll bring that up to a yellow.
Okay.
Oh, goodness, sorry.
Oh, God. Okay. All right. So you hit him with the gravity manipulation and he just slams right on top of the ceiling, just like out of Exorcist 3, just right up to the top of the ceiling. Poet.
I'm gonna go up to Anna and try to pull her down to the bed gently.
Okay.
Watch her stomach teeth.
Yeah, mine is stomach.
They're sharp. They're sharp.
Yeah, I'll mind the stomach teeth.
And you're just going to physically try to pull her down, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your strength?
That's probably not good.
Just end up like hanging off of her ankle.
It in fact, it is good.
It is good. Not good. Good.
It's good, which is not good.
It's not great.
All right, so you do grab a hold of her and begin to try to pull down. She's not budging. And then it goes to her, I believe. Let's see here. Okay. All right. You touch her, and as soon as you touch her, you feel your arm begin to go numb. And you take 50 points of damage from touching her. That numbness continues up your arm and into your chest, and you are currently having a heart attack.
Would it have been 90 points, but for the protection spell, force field?
Okay, so that it would
Now
have
it's just
been 10. Yeah, just 10 points.
Okay.
Yeah, just 10 points. So you have a minor heart palpitation.
Like, ooh,
Oh,
oh my goodness, my goodness. Whatever has come over me.
It's heartburn.
It's like,
And she's holding my arm. Is that it?
it does. You can let go.
Okay.
As you know, I mean, as soon as you feel that, you can certainly let go. Yeah, you are
Okay.
not entangled by that. Kid Blackheart is next.
Yeah.
All right, so he made his action already, so he can't do anything else. So it goes to Dreamslayer. All right, so let's see what I'm going to do. First, we're going to roll for some extra actions. God dang it. I'm rolling like crap. So that next one is going to be at a -3. Andy, why don't you decide what you're doing while I'm figuring out what I'm doing with my shitty action that I'm going to do.
Okay. So I'm going to. So wait, is Kid Blackheart still on the ceiling?
Yes.
Okay. And what would you think the age of this house is? Like, what could I deduce from the house? Does it have plaster walls or drywall?
Plaster walls.
Okay. And it's single story. So I'm going to teleport up in the attic right above where he is at.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to, well, first, I guess we're roll for extraction. So done. Let's make sure I get the extraction here. Let's see. Agility. No, fighting. Okay, so 2 extractions. 83, yeah, 2.
Let's see see what you got there. You got a yellow, so that would be 2 extra actions for you. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to teleport up into the attic right above where he's at. So that would be my first action. And amazing. And that's a yellow. Wait.
Did you double click?
I must have double clicked.
Okay, so your first one was a red.
Yeah.
Is that what that was the teleport?
Yeah, that's teleport.
Okay.
So I'm up there.
Mike, do you have another action or no?
no.
Okay, so technically you can do your second action because nobody else has to.
Okay. I'm going to turn off on the blade. I'm going to turn off the Hellfire, and I'm going to drive that through the drywall or the plaster.
Why turn off the hellfire?
I think that sword would have more of an effect without the hellfire.
Oh, meaning
that
using it under its natural holy.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, that's cool.
Yep. So doing that. So hang on, I gotta look that number up here. All right, so that would be. What would that be?
It's a fighting plus 1 column shift.
Oh, okay. Oh, damn. Okay.
You didn't call karma, did you?
No, I missed.
Okay. But it's still a hit. So that actually does an enormous amount of damage to him. So much so that he's going to have to roll an endurance to see whether or not he can stay up.
Because according to my little web research, it was designed to kill Lucifer directly.
Mm-hmm. So that knocks him out, but he's still up on the ceiling, but impaled on the sword of Michael. We roll back around with that, Spartan.
I'll turn my attention from the kid.
Oh, and I apologize. I did hold Dreamslayer's action. So I'm probably going to go ahead and go because I was thinking about something to do, which is attempt to put her to sleep. So I'll roll that real quick. And got a green. And her endurance is unearthly, so I doubt that's going to work. It does not. Okay, so I did my thing. Your turn.
I will try to use gravity to get her out of the air and restrain so that we can try to do other things.
Gotcha. Okay.
We don't want to kill her.
Right, so
we don't want to kill her.
No, we don't.
She's the dude's wife.
And you've got amazing on that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you get her down. Do you want to get her, are you trying to get her prone?
Not necessarily. I can't really control that. I'm just trying to keep her and keep her from doing anything else.
Okay, you pull her down onto the bed and her feet touch the bed, and the gravity is so much that it actually causes the bed to kind of cave in a little bit and snap. So she's on the mattress, but you've snapped the bed frame.
Okay, so she just kind of collapsed in.
And then we go to Poet.
Is Anna just flailing around still, or is she's down on the...
She's down on the bed, and the bed has actually kind of caved in under her weight that Spartan put on her.
Okay. But is she's still awake, or it seems she's still writhing or moving, or...
Why? Sorry.
Why? Yes, she is still awake and moving, yes.
Yeah.
I was trying to turn the video off and the sound, and I got one, but not the other. So.
It just seems, okay, this is not going to help us tremendously, I guess, but I'm feeling like for her on the inside, it's like a nightmare, and that, locked in a dream or a nightmare, she's tossing and turning and twisting, and it's like her whole being is a shout, and as in a nightmare, the teeth of her stomach fall out.
Okay. All right.
That's better than making her peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Is that a thing?
All right, give me a roll.
Well, in case she's just angry.
All right. I rolled red.
Oh, you did roll red. Okay, so it affects her. She opens up that stomach mouth in this loud scream, and the teeth just shatter and begin to fall out like little keys in a piano, like the old Looney Tunes when Bugs Bunny got smacked in the face. And she falls backwards, and she passes out. Now, the creature that is inhabiting her is still awake, but you see Dreamslayer look over to you and says, "That's perfect. Exactly what I was wanting to do. Thanks for that." And you see Dreamslayer just go whoop and dreamwalk into her. And the body on the bed begins to writhe back and forth, raise up, and there's this internal battle going on inside Anna's body, in between apparently Dreamslayer and Satanish. And eventually that mouth spews forth what looks like this small, hairy creature that falls out onto the floor, and it splays itself out, and it looks like one of the gremlins from the Gremlins films, but it has like that same kind of gaping maw in its stomach, and it is dead. And then the mouth closes itself and heals in Anna's body, and you see Dreamslayer form beside her. She is still unconscious, but she's breathing and sweating heavily, but she seems to be alive and now no longer under the power of that creature. While that's going on, the body of Kid Blackheart slides off of the sword and lands plump on the bed beside Anna, and he is down for the count as well.
Yay!
Well, all right.
I say we burn this house down. I don't ever want to have to come back
leave
here.
that up to the Martins.
Nope. I don't think we give them a choice because they're the idiots who bought it.
That's true.
And I know it's kind of late, so we'll probably call it here. I appreciate you guys hanging out for a couple extra minutes while we finish that off. I'll throw out some karma because we will again come back to IROSHAN at some point, and I've got another big campaign planned for us when we do come back. But this was a nice little way to kind of get back into it and revisit the characters for at least a moment, since we couldn't all meet for Tales from the Loop.
Yeah.
Karma for this one. Let me get to my characters here real quick. No cat.
He's like, it's time. It's time.
5100.
It's time.
Do you think we should save any of those artifacts? Put them send them to the vault in the headquarters? Or does that dude want to keep them all?
He probably wants to keep them, or he's got a lot of money there.
Not when it goes up. Not when it goes up in smoke.
Between you, Poet, and then if we get Shard to come in and kind of survey the house and see, what is left behind. Truthfully, there was nothing there to begin with. It was all the machinations of this kid Blackheart and Satanish. He was looking for a location that he could use to kind of pull some residual power from, but now that he was able to pull that residual power from here in order to try to bring his father forth, he's basically tapped all of the energy from this home. So in essence, he's really purged it from any evils that actually was there. So it's really pretty much completely safe at this point. 250, 300, 75. So 500 karma points is what we're looking at for this one.
Dang. Okay.
But
Yeah,
on that
that's-
note, I also need to go to bed, which I'm
Yeah.
sure you guys do as well.
Yeah.
I got to get up fairly early tomorrow. I got a bunch of shit going on. So,
You want me to call you when I get to school?
what time do you get to school?
At 6 o'clock.
I don't have to get up that early, but I still got a lot of shit to do.
All right, man.
All right.
All right. Take care, everybody.
Night,
See you guys
everybody.
later.
Good
All
night.
right, see ya. Bye.